This is why I train in martial arts.
So the attack inflicted by Sophia Rosing on Kyla Spring, as they say at one of the protests, say her name, Kyla Spring. I'm going into this part 2 analysis because the attacks that Kyla say that she endured are things that are pretty common in the martial arts. Now I'm going to let her describe it. So just so we can train people for the typical types of attacks that they're going to have to endure in some type of one-on-one unarmed conflict. She was bitten. She was hit on the left side of her face. So this is one of these type of attacks by people who are right side dominant, handled by this. And she was kicked in the stomach. So in addition to awareness, and because sometimes you just can't prevent these things. So I'm guessing we can train our students to be able to take kicks to the stomach. You can do that with sit-ups. I wouldn't recommend standing and repeatedly kicking each other. I think sit-ups will take care of that. Biting, I don't know how we're going to actually train people for biting without actually biting folks. I think we just have to talk to them and let them know about it. I don't know how I'm going to directly address my students on this yet. If one of the older ones happens to see this video, I guess so be it. But so let's let her tell you what happened in her own words, what she dealt with in the attack. I'm going to talk about it here. We'll do it here. And I may go to the rally. I don't know yet. But let's take a look here.
This girl, she walked in about 1 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock, 1:15, somewhere in between that time. She did not look like a resident, so I did not open the door. But when she came in, she stumbled across the front desk over to the elevator, and she started talking to the elevator. It is a part of our job that if we see a student that's like very drunk, we are to call an RA to help for them to be able to write up a report, or really just to make sure the student gets to where they need to be safely.
Now, in terms of traditional martial arts, I've said this before, like I said, in the psychology of one-step sparring. This is when the attack, this is symbolized, in my opinion, by when your attacker down blocks and yells at you. Here! That movement.
So I reach my head out of the desk office area and I ask the girl, I say, "Are you okay?" And she continues to look at me.
Her response back to the attacker, because the attacker wasn't aware of her, I don't know, I can't believe I have to say this, but I think I do. I am not blaming Miss Spring at all for this, okay? I'm not. But just in terms of, for people that have a martial arts background that's like punch kick, you have this, the attacker, kia, down blocks and yells, and then the defender, kia, down blocks and yells back. To me, that's symbolized by the response that she gives back that makes the attacker aware of her. Keep in mind, she's doing her job. She's a desk clerk at this university, so she's supposed to interact with people.
And she starts calling me a...
Bad words are about to come up. If you have a problem with foul language, with racist language, and racial slurs, please exit out of this video right now. If you have someone who is a small child who cannot handle hearing these type of words, please exit out of this video right now, because racial slurs are about to be used. I'm giving you time to have any sensitive ears leave, or if you are going to be triggered, please leave now.
A nigger, and yes, I'm going to say it because she said it to me, so I'm going to make sure y'all understand what happened. And she kept saying it, and so I went back inside of the office to go and get the number of the RA on call. And once I got back, I tried to go and sit her down and keep her from getting into the elevator because she did not look like a resident. Again, she did not have a phone with her. She didn't have an ID card. The only reason that the elevator opened was because there was another student getting off. And so I jumped in. I moved her. I tried to like gently just move her to the side and be like, hey, could you just come sit over here for me? And she kept going, no, nigger, you fucking nigger, you're a bitch, you're a nigger, do my chores, bitch. And she kept doing that while I'm trying to sit her down. She bit me along my arm.
Now, up to this point, I'd say, well, through the whole incident, Miss Spring handled herself definitely with self-control, Taekwondo tenant, indomitable spirit, Taekwondo tenant, and still managed to use courtesy. But she said, Sarah, she was bitten along the arm. So the woman was biting her.
She punched me in my face, and right now I don't know if my face is swelling up, but this is the side she punched me in, and I'm starting to feel that. And she kicked me in my stomach as well. She tried to run me over with a grocery cart that was in the lobby. She bit my friend as well as another girl that tried to help me de-escalate the situation.
So, kick to the stomach, something that can be handled, defense against front kick. Kick to the stomach, punched in the face with the right hand. I bet you that kick came from the right side too, but I don't know. And she also tried to run her over with a cart, improvised weapons. That's something else I guess we're going to have to train people to deal with, dealing with somebody that's trying to rush at you with a cart. These things are not outside of the land of possibility. These type of things happen a lot more than you would think. It's just that now, thank you, iPhone, we're getting this stuff recorded.
Around this point where the other girl came into play, the RA did finally come downstairs, but there was a good bit of time where the RA wasn't there. But once the RA got there.
So, as we can see, the type of attack that she endured, bitten, racial slurs, punched, kicked in the stomach, attacked by an environmental weapon. So, I mean, there's really not much else to say. We need to make people aware of this type of situation. And oh yeah, there's one more thing I do want to play. Two more things I want to play from the rally. Let me pause this for a second, please.
I'd like to leave you with one word of advice. As Michelle Obama once said, when they go low, we go high. When they go low, we go high. When they go low, we go high. Continue to address this situation with grace and humility. This is a recurring issue in and across American school systems, no matter what age. I am deeply saddened by the events that took place, grateful for justice that is to come.
Now, two things. I'm really thinking about adding this into my student creed or just having students say this. When they go low, we go high. Of course, Michelle Obama was talking from a moral standpoint. I mean, I hate to be totally analytical about this, but you know, from a self-defense standpoint, if somebody physically attacks you low, you can counter that by attacking them back up high before they can get to you. Second, this is a common occurrence. She said herself, this type of stuff happens. It happens more than we probably would think because it's not something that most people think about in their day-to-day. I know this is not something I think about in my day-to-day now that I'm out of the college age group. You know, and I had gotten attacked when I was in college, but I got attacked by someone else who was, you know, in my ethnic group. But, you know, violence is a part of reality. It's a part of the day-to-day thing. And like I say on a lot of my videos where I talk about current events, this is why I train in martial arts. This is why you should train in martial arts. So that you will be able to handle something like this. And I'm going to say she is a stellar example of how I would want my students to handle something like this. I don't even know if I could have handled anything that well when I was her age. I honestly can't say because I wasn't in that exact situation. So she demonstrated self-control, indomitable spirit, courtesy, and integrity. Whoever has brought her up and mentored her should be very proud of her. I definitely am impressed and proud by her indomitable spirit. I hope this issue is not swept under the rug. We need to make a school system where we all feel like we can go to school safely. Yes, I know this is University of Kentucky, so this is what I think is it private or public? I don't know. I'm assuming it's public because it says University of Kentucky. Okay, but violence and especially these days, racial violence is a bad, unfortunate fact of life. You can train in martial arts so that they can help you deal with situations like this. And just remember, no matter what happens to you people, keep your head up and keep your spirit strong. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. We share some people like to talk about the martial arts and peace. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Say her name, Kyla Spring. And when they go low, you go high. Peace.